So the only modification we have done to this car is we have a cold air intake and a stage 1 tune. So if you go really fast, you can hear it sucking the air. Do you hear that? Yeah. I've never been the girl who liked everything in pink. So I always liked cars. So with my research, they're called structural battery composites. That means instead of having a battery in an electric vehicle, you use the door panels or like anything, the roof or something as a battery itself. The goal is to make better performing, more efficient electric cars. But I do love petrol cars. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at the sound. This is the main building of IFM. We call it NA. This is where all my labs are and my office is. So we have a bunch of different characterization instruments here in this building, but out of all of them, this is where I like the most. I work on carbon fiber and they're very, very fine fibers, so you need a really good microscope, and I've been using it quite a bit to see what's happening on the surfaces of carbon fiber. That's my boss. Hello.
Good morning. Good
Morning.
Yeah. Do you realise the time?
I know, I'm 2 minutes late. Yes, we'll look at what we have to do today. Okay, so there's a few things. I have to meet some students and there's a meeting with a collaborator. Hello. In addition to batteries for electric vehicles, we're also doing research on what we call structural supercapacitors. So they're also composites that are load-bearing but can also act as a supercapacitor. So that's what Nilu is working on. We have a working electrode, counter electrode and a reference electrode. So you might have seen, even when I'm doing my work, we use a beaker and we put the reference electrode in and the 2 carbon fiber electrodes in. So you can take that easily from origin, and I think it's called the polygon area. Okay. Now I have to go and get my safety glasses because I want to go to the lab. A student is having problems with a machine. I don't know if I could fix it, but we'll go and see. I'm always getting summoned by all the students. Hello. I'll get some gloves.
Clips, reconnect them. I checked if the thing was
Oh, is it
pressed
this
in.
one?
Yeah, it's the one on the left. I've never seen
Maybe
this
it
before.
needs to be grounded.
I did try that. And I can still deal with one channel, it's just like
Did you try disconnecting here and connecting?
exactly why you have to press
Oh well, that issue is fixed.
Yeah.
This is a very sensitive piece of machine that does a lot of different measurements. So there was one channel that was stuck, sort of, so I had to reset it. I'll see you at lunchtime.
See ya.
So this is my husband's car, which we have now, and this used to be our old car. Always have them close. Growing up, I never wanted to be a scientist. I can't remember a single moment, single time I thought, oh, I should be a scientist. I never thought of that. I just wanted to be a housewife. I just wanted to stay at home, like do the things that I like, look after kids. My parents wanted me to be a doctor, but it didn't work out like that because I was a very challenging teenager and I did the exact opposite my parents asked me to do. But I was always into arts and crafts, designing things, and then I developed a passion for dressmaking. And I had started a diploma in dressmaking, which I really enjoyed. But my parents decided for my future I should probably go to uni and studying science. Turned out I was really good at chemistry and I really enjoyed doing it, and I graduated the first in my batch. So I thought, because I have this talent for chemistry and I also love doing it, I should probably study it further, get my PhD and keep doing what I love doing. I like to have a very peaceful lunch, listen to my own music. So I like that half an hour to myself. I have some experiments to do in the lab, so I'm supervising all the students, but I also have my own research to do. Today I wanted to try and make this piece of carbon fiber magnetic. Yes, it is not magnetic now. But here is an example of what a magnetic one should look like. It should just... There's tons and tons of carbon fiber waste generated every year globally, and they just go into landfills. So when I make my carbon fiber when I modify it to store energy, I also try to add in additional little properties that make it easier to recycle those composites. You can easily use magnetic means to collect the fiber and separate it from the rest of the scrap. Carbon fiber composites are known for its exceptionally high strength and also being very light. My goal is to also give it the ability to store energy in them. So in my work, I have to redesign the whole thing by putting different coatings on the carbon fiber so it can act as an electrode that stores charges, and the plastic that it is usually embedded in, I have converted that into a solid polymer electrolyte that can carry charges. So this is a pristine carbon fiber, freshly made, and this one is recycled carbon fiber. And I can use both of these in structural energy storage. So just like I mix and match fabrics to make a brand new dress for myself, and I realized, oh my God, I can do the same thing with molecules. I can mix and match different molecules to do different things, and I can design materials for different applications. So I guess it all evolved into this very nice research area that I like. So I'm very happy and I would say proud to work in an area like this. Yeah, so I have a meeting in 3 minutes, but there's something I want to show you before that.
Where did you get your smiley shirt?
Well, I made this. When I was trying to iron it, I burnt a hole through it. So without just throwing it out, I got this fabric from an old curtain. So I mix and match into this nice shirt and gave it a new life.
It's really cool.
I'm just going to meet one of my PhD students and just discuss what he's going to do next. So it will take 20 minutes.
Too busy getting to other options.
And so you don't have that hard concentration.
Yeah.
So that's what they use.
Yeah.
The way
Yes.
how we see with that time portion.
Yes, it will. So for example, if we just put G1 plus G2 and make something similar to G3. Last meeting for the day, we're going to meet some collaborators and we're working on carbon fiber reinforced rubber composites. Yeah, we can say that it's decreasing. It has been a busy day, busy but very productive, and it's time to go home.